Good morning. It is 6:46 a.m. on Friday, January 17th, 2020. I'm Christiana Ellis and I've been poking around on the internet a little bit. This is 5 more minutes. So I got distracted on the internet because when I typically, the only things I usually would do before recording this video is a cursory check of email and various social media notifications just to see if there's anything pressing, anything that I might need to better do something about that right away. And so, for example, today there was an email saying that Netflix uh, was having trouble processing my credit card, and I still don't know exactly why that is because I said, please try again. And they said, okay, it's fine now. So, all right, good. I don't know why you had to. Why was my involvement required in that interaction? Whatever. I had a dream last night about my stress of trying to get all of my streaming settings set for so many levels this week. Just we were having the hardest time trying to get everything set just right this week. I mean, I feel like eventually we got there, but it was very frustrating because we got there once and then my computer crashed and then I had to get there a second time. And so clearly that was something that was still lingering in my subconscious. Other things, I finished my reread of Locke and Key, the comic book series. I was going to start to say graphic novel, and I guess you could probably still call it that, but it's in different volumes, and it's not like a self-contained, like it was really released as a comic book, week to week, and you can buy the collected volumes, but it's still collected volumes. It's 6 different volumes. It's not one book. So is that a graphic novel? I think the lines get a little blurry. But of course, I reread it because the trailer for the new Netflix series came out and got me just excited to revisit the story. And boy, it's just still so good. I love it so much. It's frequently scary, frequently funny, very inventive, clever, and I'm just really excited. I mean, because I think it's a perfect candidate for adaptation. And I think I mentioned this like a couple weeks ago, maybe, but adaptations. I am fascinated by how people adapt stories to be told in different mediums because different mediums have their different strengths and weaknesses, and I am really interested to see how they will approach this story. Like the trailer tells us some, but there's a lot of things that are going to be uh, tricky. Just for example, one of the central antagonists in Lock and Key is a character that, due to the magic of these various keys, changes gender back and forth, or sex perhaps, physically. So is in within the story sometimes a woman and sometimes a man. And I wonder how they're going to try to do that in the show. I don't know. I looked up the. Uh, there's some nuance there that I could get into, but it would require knowing more details about the story, and I don't know if that's useful to go into. But but that's just an example of something that could be tricky to try to approach when you have to have an actual physical actor and you can't just draw the male and female versions of this character. I mean, you could use two actors, I guess. I don't know if that's how they're doing it. Or you could just rewrite the story where that's not such a pressing thing. Might be easiest. And, there's going to be other things that it's better or worse at capturing, but I think that's all pretty neat. But that story, oh, the graphic novel story, it's just so good. Like, it had me tearing up at the end. Mm, good stuff. That's a great story. I recommend it. Thumbs up. Lock and Key. What? I feel like I had something. So I'm coming towards the end now of what has been a very busy week at work, and our end results look as though they're going to be somewhat in the middle of our the expected range. Things went better than they might have, but not as well as we might have hoped. We had a certain number of things that we wanted to try to do, knowing that it was quite possible we would not be able to achieve all of them, and the end result is we achieved pretty much right in the middle. So, but it's been a lot of hard work. It's occasionally pretty frustrating, but I'm nice to be. It feels nice to be sort of looking at the tail end of that week, but at the same time, sometimes it does feel a little good to sort of buckle down and accomplish something. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.